Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. In the last episode, we defeated the Chiker and obtained the Dark Visor, which allows us to see into the spooky realm. We also obtained the energy from Dark Torvus Temple, and this time we're going to be returning it here, and, well, all I'll say is, I'm going to miss this rain. Let's head through and do the energy controller nonsense. And there we have it, energy transfer complete. This temple's energy has been restored. So there's only one more remaining, which is Sanctuary Sector. And so every area changes slightly after you restore the energy. In Agon, the kind of thunderstorms in the background stop. Here, it stops raining. Which is, I'm sure, great, because it means, yes, the climate's stabilizing and stuff like that again. But boy, I'm going to miss Torvus's rain. It's really nice, and you never see it again. Anyway, now as ever, we've done the energy controller. We aren't going to be yet starting on the next zone. We've got some stuff together, so this is going to be one of those gathering episodes. So with that, bring up the map of the temple. Wow. So things about maps. I'm not going to bother showing transitioning between areas. I'll just show how you get from the transport in any given area to where we need to be. Because where we need to be is the temple grounds. So Doctor, if you open up the map of the temple grounds, we just need to go from the transport to the Path of Eyes. So, midway along the Path of Eyes, I think it might be behind this statue by default. Oh no, I had to move that statue, I think, to jump up. There is a super missile door, which we can, of course, crack through now, and this leads to a very interesting looking area. This is the Wind Chamber. Actually, no, technically this is the Wind Chamber Gateway. That's the Wind Chamber, and we won't be going through there yet because it's behind a yellow door, which we can't open. But what we can do is take the old kinetic orb cannon over. And why didn't we do this, you ask, as soon as we got the super missile? Because you also need the grapple beam, but once you've got both of them, it's a nice, simple energy tank. Now, let's head back to the Hall of Eyes and take the portal there to bring us to the base access. So here, once again, you can see down and to the left there's a lot of ing nonsense, which I'm going to avoid, but there's also another green door down here, which we yet again couldn't open last time. So this brings us into the War Ritual Grounds. This, I believe, is the meeting grounds in the Great Temple, well, the Temple Grounds, but here in the Sky Temple, everything, of course, has spooky names. And there we have it. So there's the Sky Temple, and only has now one bit of energy coming to it from Sanctuary Sector, and we will be dealing with that soon, don't worry. Can't get up there for now, because there's a fancy door in place, which is a presence of a... So it's control units, which are... Oh, you know what? I'm just an idiot. I'm going to fight this Huntering. So, Dark Visor. Let's talk about that. He's gone into the spooky realm. We can see him when he's in the spooky realm now by using the Dark Visor, and as long as we've got the Dark Visor on him, our attacks can still hit him when he's in the spooky realm as if he weren't in the spooky realm, I believe. Yes, and he dies nice and quickly. What else can the Dark Visor do? As it said with this door, it's the control unit not present in the visible spectrum or current time space. But if we bring up the Dark Visor, ow, is there another hunter here? Yep, there absolutely is. Let's try and take this on guy on with a charge light beam. Actually, let's just energize this. Fuck that. Well, I mean, technically that still was a charge light beam because that was what killed him in the end. Let's grab a little bit... bloody creepy ingworms as ever. You'll notice there are 5 spots around here which are only visible with the dark visor on. What they indeed are Seeker missile points, only visible in the spooky realm. And that again, so this would be the temple, the teleporter up to the temple in Light Ether, but here it's blocked. But it is a missile expansion, which is very nice. Now over to the right here, we can explore. So we still can't do a huge deal in the Sky Temple. The Sky Temple is an odd area that basically you kind of hop in and hop out here, and there's little bits you can do, but not a kind of huge amount. What we need to do now is go into a bit of a morph ball puzzle. Is it a morph ball puzzle? No, not really. It's just a morph ball tunnel, I suppose you'd call it. And when you're out the other side, there's some corrupted sentries. I would recommend, so you can you can stun them briefly by shooting them. I would recommend with these ones shooting them both, because otherwise this Seeker missile door is bloody hard to open. Let's get it started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, cocks. Seeker missiles are sometimes a bit dodgy because it should release them all at once, but sometimes it just doesn't, which is obviously problematic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go. There we go. Ow, ow, ow. Right, let's head through. So, we've got some creepy bastards. And, ow, get fucking away from me. So, we're now going toward what in the light world would be the Hall of Honor Dead. Remember the place with the statues of the various Sentinels of Ether and we got the Seeker missile there. This, in this world, is the Sky Temple Gateway. So not only is there a colossal amount of phase on there, and the actual gateway that leads up to the Sky Temple itself, but there's a series of locks. So, time to do a lot of scanning and reading. Hope you're ready for this. Here is some Keybearer lore. This is Arkul's testament. Soon I shall pass to final rest. My key is in place. Through my spiritual link to the others, I know where their bodies hide. I shall leave this knowledge, their last location, that the light of this world can be known. May this knowledge lead our warriors to the Sky Temple keys, hidden in creatures invisible to naked eyes. The time grows near. Hear the words of Arkul, she they call the champion of Ether. Know that my warriors fought and died with uncommon valour. Do not look unkindly upon their failure, for they died to save us all. So, time to figure out what all those various testaments we've been gathering so far are all about. Much like any other dark place, the Sky Temple has its keys. It has 10 of them that needs to be brought here. Fortunately, Arkul here has already brought one. And if we scan it... Indeed, the key of Arkul has been placed. Its lock is forever open. May the light of Ether shine on our enemies forever. So that leaves 9 sky keys for us to get, and when I next bring up the visualizer, you'll see, to the right is a part, there's the 3 sets of 3 keys for the different worlds, and then there's also the 9 Sky Temple keys. As for where they are, 8 Sky Temple keys. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Oh, this is actually hurting me here, there's no safe zone at all. Yes, there's actually 8 Sky Temple keys, there's 9 including Arkul's, which has already been placed. Wait. No, there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so there's 10 in total. Basically, there's 3 around the Sky Temple and then 2 in each other area. So there's 2 in Torvus, 2 in Agon, 2 in Sanctuary, and 3 in the Sky Temple grounds. So let's get some clues. MD's clue. Fearless MD. The one who shall move the pillar of holy ground will see your soulless body. These are a lot like the artifacts in the first Metroid Prime in that they give you hints which aren't particularly useful to me because I know where they all are. Mighty Jifme! In the last, what did you see? Was it one of our gates closing, sealing the scorched land from our holy ground? Holy ground is the temple grounds, scorched land is Agon Waste. These are all a bit poetic. Noble Jastel lost his soul before our fortress in the scorched land. I know where that is. That's just before you get to the pirates place in the... What's it called? In Agon Wastes. Gallant Beastel, she lies deep in a fortress of dry land. Brave Estli, beside the marsh of a raining land shall she lay her body forever. Gentle Gisich, with a bear report he sleeps in a flooded temple. Hear the words of blah blah blah. Loyal Esgers, he no longer breathes, looking down at the great bridge of a holy fortress. Judicious Sirach in a corridor within the depths of a high fortress. He lies silently. And finally, yes, these are all logbooks again, so you do need them all. Steadfast Diesel, who shall disturb you among the trees of holy ground. And there we have it. So, I'm going to head over to the room we were just in, so I'm going to kind of leave here. But, yes, so we've got to get some Sky Temple keys. Whenever you come across a Keybearer, the Keybearer, basically in an equivalent room, wherever you find a Keybearer, they'll say something, and they'll always have the name of the room in red text. Like, for example, if I bring up, because you can obviously check your lore at any time. If I go into logbook, then into lore, Luminoth lore, Keybearer lore. You got two groups technically, Kadra 1 and Kadra 2. If we go into Kadra 1 and Jaistal's Testament, you'll say his journey comes to an end. The thrice cursed Dane prepared an ambush of singular cunning in the mining station. So, that name that's in red is always in the name of the room where you've got to find them. Go to that room, and you'll find their body there. Go to that room in Dark Ether, and you will find your Sky Temple key. So, we now need to head back into the room we were just in, and there is, to the side here, another, what's this called? Super Missile door, so let's crack that open. And here we are now in, so this is the landing site where our ship is parked in Light Ether. In Dark Ether, in Light Ether there's also a body there. About here-ish there's a Keybearer. So here, we will find a Sky Temple key. The reason we've not done this before now, your Sky Temple keys, there is your answer. Oh, the bloody hunter rings around. Right, I'm going to kill these hunters off camera quickly. So, with that done, if we bring up the Dark Visor, we will see something weird. Give it a couple of shots, and your Dark Visor will black out. Well, white out, technically. What that means is, whatever that happened, it means the thing you were shooting with the Dark Visor has gone back into the regular world. And there it indeed is. Scan it. This is a Flying Ing Cache. A flying bear unit of the Ing Horde. Creature ingests objects of value to the hive. Only its death will release the object within. Do remember to scan these, because inside every Flying Ing Cache is a Sky Temple key. Once you've got all the Sky Temple keys, of course, there are no more Flying Ing Caches, so make sure you scan them before grabbing their key. So that's our first key for the Sky Temple, so I'll slap it up onto the right there. So there's 9, yes, 3 here, and then 2 in each of the peripheral areas. So, with that done, we're done in the Sky Temple for a while, so I'm not going to bother bringing the map up. Let's just head back to Umos in the Great Temple. The Temple of Torvus glows with the light of with energy once more. Only one temple remains without the light of ether. You must travel to our fortress, high in the cliffs. The last temple lies in the fortress. Seek knowledge there before invading the Ing Hive. Be cautious of the fortress. This place was once guarded by machines of our creation, but now they are corrupted slaves of the Ing. They will not see you as a friend. Our goal draws ever closer. Let the light of ether be your guide. And there we have it. Our third goal is to visit Sanctuary Fortress. And it's very different to the other areas. We'll see this over, well, hopefully the rest of this episode and next episode, and obviously beyond then. Whereas the other two are quite natural areas, as he said, Sanctuary Fortress is basically the Luminoth's planned kind of base of operations military-wise, and it's, yeah, very different to the other two places. I love it, don't get me wrong, but beyond the pathway to Sanctuary Sector lies. And you know, that's actually a bit of a lie. I mean, yes, technically this is the path to Sanctuary Sector, does lie along here, but we've been here before, because this is the way we first came into the Great Temple. This is the save point just before we fought the Dark Splinter, but then it was sealed behind a translator door, and we never got a chance to open it again. But here we are, we can finally get back here, because it was just an Emerald translator, so anytime after Torvus you can do that. But what we can do that we couldn't do last time we were here is, once you're in the safe station, to the right here, is a pile of rocks, which you can bomb. And in doing so, you get access to the Understation, which has in it, wonderfully, an missile expansion. Good one. Right, now let's just head back out the temple, along this way, and down the elevator. So, this brings us out to the Sacred Path that we've already been to before. There's a portal up there. that leads to the Profane Path, which is one of my favourite of the old turnarounds in this game. But this is the Sacred Bridge, which we apparently can't cross, but once again we have 5 Dark Seeker Missile points, so let's hit each one of those. And there we go. The thing opens, and we can now get across. We can also... where are they? Nope, I read my notes wrong. I thought there was something to scan there, but there isn't. So here now we end up back at the Marines ship, which we haven't been to for a while. It's got a couple of pirates here, so let's take them out. Remember, these are just normal pirates, so a single charged power beam shot will take them out. I've realised, by the way, I never mentioned it because it hadn't come up again, but I've realised what that yellow thing at the top of the screen is. There's 4 indicators there. It's your Wii Remote batteries, and I know this now because they're running a little low. So be prepared for them to fail in a while. I got replacements literally charging right now to avoid more issues like I had in Darksiders. As you notice, you can hop on top of the ship now, and there is a missile expansion there, which is very nice. Now what we're doing now, we could technically do any time after Torvus, anytime during Torvus actually, because all we need to do is open this door with the Emerald sigil on it. Beyond this door, the path to Sanctuary Cliffs lies. Once a place of peaceful residence, now a fortress for those who make war. May it find tranquility once more. Yeah, this was actually where the Luminoth first settled, was Sanctuary Cliffs. Then they spread to the other places, and then they built the temple grounds in the middle of those 3 AWP places. Something new here, which is shooting the shit out of me. This is a Luminoth turret, automated heavy defense system. Heavy beam weapons of Luminoth design evade its fire with quick movement. Can be taken out with a couple of charge shots or a single super missile, which is very nice. And then at the end here, you can't scan it, but you got this beam of light. Do remember that for later, that's quite important. But for now, it's utterly unimportant. How many charge shots it takes? Oh, just 2 charge shots. It's not worth a missile then. We got a bit of lore here, and we get onto the kind of the second phase, which is really kind of the meat of the kind of conflict phase. This one's called the Sky Temple. We learned that the ruler of the Ying dwelled in a place dubbed the Sky Temple by our forces. This place held the planetary energy of dark ether as well. It was heavily guarded, and the entry was barred by a gate requiring 10 keys to unlock. These keys were hidden throughout dark ether by the Ying. A mission was planned, one that would find the hidden keys and recover our missing energy from the Sky Temple. So now we know where the Keybearers mission came from. Unfortunately, we know that the Keybearers mission didn't go particularly well, did it? Elevator system online, access to Sanctuary Fortress granted. Let's roll. Well, I wasn't kidding when I said how different Sanctuary Fortress looks and feels to the other areas. It's very kind of... cyberpunk isn't the right word. Techno-punk, maybe? Some kind of future punk. It's very futurist, and I really like it. You got these things here. Luminoth security sensor array, online and transmitting data. Transfer data feed appears compromised, however, it's possible the enemy is using this array. Then we've also got this giant head thing. Statue of Ibatur, the founder of Sanctuary. He lived for nearly 5 centicycles, and died in hand-to-hand combat during the first Ing attacks. Jesus Christ, 5 centicycles. That's like 2,500 years. Wow. Luminoth get old. This Luminoth, however, only died 1.4 decacycles ago. No evidence of Ing possession present. Wounds on subject were of Luminoth origin, not Ing. Traces of machine fluid suggest an attack by a mechanoid. Yes, get used to mechanoids, certainly. This one also died 1.4. Fatal wounds on subject appear to have been caused by Luminoth heavy weapon systems. So they're preparing for you for something in here, certainly. No music yet. Oh dear. These are just the normal drones. Yes, they are. There's going to be, as ever, because we're going into kind of a new area, there's going to be a lot of cool shit to scan. How many missiles do these die in? 1, 2, 3, yeah. So, with them defeated, there's a little console here, which moves the ring to open position, which is quite nice, which is this. What I was meaning to scan were these little guys. These are Serenity-class drones. They're tiny little cute things. They're an independent maintenance unit, roving mechanoid assigned to a cleaning duties unit. Unit is unarmoured and unarmed. They feel like they're going to be a little thing, so if you shoot them, they explode. And so they're basically a little thing like your hidlings or whatever like that you can use to regenerate missing ammo or anything. Like, for example, I need some dark ammo. I don't particularly, but... except the only issue is they're not really giving it up. I suppose they're only really giving missiles. No dark ammo? Okay, maybe they don't do beam ammo, who knows. Anyway, we've got this spinner here, which reorganises this ring. There we go. And through there is Sanctuary Fortress proper, which we're not going to be doing this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the Doctor with the Infamous Gentleman. We've returned Horvis's energy back to the kind of main energy controller. Next episode, we're going to be delving into Sanctuary Fortress. Thank you very much, and good day.